See, one thing that baffled my mind the most, especially when I started paying for Forex courses and mentorship programs, is the fact that 10 people can come for a mentorship course. And at the end of 10 people taking the mentorship, only one person, only one rubbish human being would become profitable. And it used to really get me very worried because, I mean, all of us were taught the same thing. All of us gathered, and the mentor taught all of us the same thing. Okay, we're all taught the same thing. And why is it that only one person is getting results? I mean, what happened to all of us? I mean, what's going on? It used to really baffle me until I got to find out that every trader is not the same. In fact, just the same way when you look at the palm of your hand, you see that you have something called a fingerprint. Okay, when you look at your hand, you see that there is a fingerprint there. Just exactly the same way, every single trader is different. Every single trader out there. Now, in this video, I'll try to help you to find the kind of trader that you are and to help you to actually become profitable, having understood the kind of trader that you are. This is that video that I'll try to break down the reason why different people can go through a mentorship training program and all of them have different results. Some will make money, some will lose money, some will stop trading, some will give up on trading, some will start cursing the mentor. This is that video that would explain why these things actually happen that way. All right, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. All right, so first of all, let me tell you something. Okay, now let me tell you exactly what makes traders different. This is like the basic. Okay, now what makes two traders, trader A for instance and trader B, what makes trader A and trader B different most of the time? The most distinct feature that makes two traders different is simply background. Now I'll tell you how this plays a role and tell you how to actually deal with it. Okay, now what do I mean by background? I mean experiences, your past, what you've experienced growing up, your mentality, your approach to money, your mentality when it comes to money. What do you think money is for? How hard do you think people need to work for them to make money? The business approaches you've seen growing up, your mindset. These are the things that really make people different. And every single time you come to the market, every single time you come to the market, you come with all those things. All these things are more like baggages. So as a trader, let's say trader A comes and he's on his system, on his laptop, on his desktop, whatever, and he's trading. He has a background where, let's say, poverty. He's coming from a very poor background, like very, very poor, and he has been deprived. All through his life, he has heard that you can't make money easy. Money must be hard. You must sweat. You must almost lose your life before you make your first $1,000. He has heard all those things. And then also he has been, underprivileged. Okay. Now, this person is totally different from this other guy, for instance, who didn't come from a rich background anyway, but he has had supportive friends all his life. He has supportive friends. He has a supportive family. All those people have always told him that he's a great guy. They've always spoken to him, encouraged him, made him feel like he's the best thing that happened to the world aside sliced bread. All right. So this guy and this guy are totally not different, are totally different human beings, even though they go to meet the same mentor. So the approach with which this guy comes to trade the market, for instance, now remember that this guy is the poor guy, this is trader A now, and this is trader B. Okay, both are not from rich parents, but however, everything happening around their life leading them to the point they finally meet their mentor and go through a mentorship program. Everything leading up to that point has been different. So trader A, who is for the poor guy, deprived, underprivileged, told all his life that he's useless, doesn't know much about life and all of that. By the time he starts trading, every single time he loses $1, or let's say he loses $10, guess what comes to his mind? Every thought of what he has been told growing up. He remembers how his mother has told him that he will never be rich, how his uncle told him he will never make it in life. All those mental baggages would be able to determine if this guy will fund again if he loses $10. If this guy loses $10, probably with all the emotional baggages he has, he will most likely give up. That's what he will do. Because he already, even before coming to the Forex market, already has a mentality that predisposes him to failing in the Forex market generally. Now, this other guy, now this is trader B right now. Trader B loses $10. And he feels bad just the same way trader A feels. But what would he remember? He will remember how his friend told him that he's an awesome guy and I can succeed in everything he puts his hand to do. He remember how his mother always prays for him, that he's going to be the best thing that happened to the world. He remembers what his pastor, his imam, has told him. He remembers that he's a great guy. And guess what happens? He funds another $10. He loses it again and goes back to that same motivation, funds another $10. And the more he's funding, probably maybe even losing the money, he's learning. He's learning what trader A never got the opportunity to learn because trader A gave up because of all the mental baggages he came to the forex market with. Now, this will not make sense to you until you begin to understand also that because of experiences of life, okay, because of experiences of life, there are different approaches that people have to the forex market that you need to figure out where you fall, which category you fall in, and how to actually start helping yourself from there. Now, there are three categories of trader based on experiences. All these experiences that you might have had before coming to the forex market would most likely make you to fall into one of those three categories. Number one category is what I call the aggressive trader. The aggressive trader, aka the risk taker. Now, this is that forex trader that by reason of experience, default, growing up, background, he has seen that life itself is a risk. These are the people that can lose $10,000, and I mean, they can sleep well at night. They can sleep well at night without any issues. They can sleep and snore real good. No issues. Okay, because they know that life itself is a risk and they are not worried. Okay, now these are the kind of people that many, or unfortunately and fortunately at the same time, many of the big shots and big names in the forex industry usually fall in, because they are big risk takers. If they take, let's say for instance, 10 trades, they can lose 8 out of 10, but that 2 times they win, somehow covers up all the 8 times they have lost. And unfortunately, you that is watching or following the mentor, you are not aware that he has lost 8 times. Prior to that, 2 times you see him win. And guess the only time he posts or tries to show off, the only 2 times he shows off is when he has these 2 wins. So the 2 times he wins, he shouts about it, makes noise about it, tells you to join the signal program, join the mentorship program, buy his course, just because he won 2 times out of 10. And because each of those trades is taking a very big risk, you see it's big money. Okay, you see $40,000 on one trade, $50,000, $100,000 on one single trade, making profit. What you're not seeing is prior to that time, they've lost 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 10 times. And that one time they win, because they are risk takers, they might even recover. Probably by the time you do plus and minus, their only profit is maybe even $2,000. They lost 40,000, and then now they made 42,000 on one trade. So you are seeing this money as bulk money, saying that this is big profits, this guy is good. But you're not seeing that they've lost 5,000 here and there in order to make that 42,000. So plus and minus, their profit is actually just $2,000. All right, and of course you don't see all of that. Okay, so this is the risk takers. And please let me make this clear. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a risk taker. Absolutely nothing wrong with being a risk taker. Nothing wrong. It's beautiful. If you're that kind of person, if your background, experiences of life, emotional approach to life predisposes you to be this kind of person, it's good. Enjoy it. All right, don't worry yourself, don't try to stress yourself. It's who you are. So play with it, play along with it, and enjoy it. You can make a lot of money with this kind of lifestyle. It's very flashy, it's cool, so enjoy it. Okay, now there's other kind of people who are called the conservative traders. Now these are the kind of traders who they don't like risk, aka risk averse. Okay, this kind of guys, they don't like risk. They prefer to make it 1% every day instead of losing 10% to make 20% tomorrow. They rather make 1% every single day than make 10% today, lose 20 tomorrow, make 30% tomorrow. They don't like that up and down reading of profits. They really don't like it. Okay, now being this kind of person, you are somewhat of disadvantage, because of course the forex market, it's not zero risk. You must take risk at some point. So there's a lot of disadvantage to this, because you might play it too safe, and a lot of traders play not to lose. They are playing the market. They play the market not to lose instead of playing to win. So they are being too careful, and at the end of the day end up not winning because they're a bit too careful. Now there's obviously nothing wrong with being a conservative trader, especially if you're managing big accounts, especially if your account is massive. If you're doing 2% of a $1 million account, I mean that's about $20,000, which I mean it's beautiful, right? $20,000, $1 million, that's 2%. I mean it looks good. It looks like good money. Okay, so being a conservative trader is beautiful if you have big accounts you're managing. But however, if you don't have big accounts and you still don't want to be a risk taker, the best bet for you, or the best option for you, is be the third type of trader, which I would call a hybrid trader. Now this is a trader that combines or knows and understands when to be both conservative and also knows when to be a risk taker. because in the forex market there are opportunities for both. Now personally, I'm currently a hybrid trader, okay, because I'm if you put in comparison conservative and risk taker, I'm more of a conservative trader than risk taker. However, I do both, okay, because I know when to combine it. For instance, now let's say you have a let's say you have a $500,000 account. So let's say I have a $500,000 account and I make, let's say, $10,000 you know, on okay, let's say I make $50,000, for instance, $50,000. I can decide to, out of this profit of $50,000, I can decide to bring out $10,000 and then use it to take risk, knowing fully well that if this plays out well, and let's say I flip this account 1:10, this $10,000 can become $100,000, which I can simply add back to this massive capital which I'm being conservative on, okay, conservative on, and keep trading 1%, 2%, 3%, slow and steady. All right, so if you understand how business works, I really want to go far, I would advise that you don't be a conservative trader, don't go all in on risk taking, do hybrid, okay, know when to do both. If you have a big, I always advise, and I've said this many times, you guys have heard me say this more than 1,000 times on this channel, always have two accounts. Always, don't ever trade the forex market with one single account. One big account, and one flip account. Every time you make profit here, slow and steady, take out some, flip it here. If it works out, take out the profit, put it back on the big account, keep trading. Do this over and over and over and over again. Trust me, the sky is your limit when it comes to forex. I'm telling you, I discovered this a bit late in my trading, but since the day I discovered it, it changed the game entirely for me. Now, last week I sent you guys two signals. I'll be three signals now. All of them hit take profit 1. Some are still here to hit take profit 2. We're waiting for this week. So if you want to keep enjoying my free signals, join the Telegram group. The link is on the description of this video right now. Join the Telegram group, and I bring you guys this update every single day. Every single day I come on here on YouTube to share something with you guys so that you keep learning and we keep growing together absolutely free. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel right now. Like right now. Click that subscribe button now, and then give this video a thumbs up. If you have any question about the forex market you would love me to answer, please send drop a comment. Also be reminded that our mentorship program for the month of October is starting on Monday. That's 24 hours after I've dropped this video. The mentorship program is starting. So if you want to link up, the WhatsApp number to reach out is also in this comment section. Reach out to us on WhatsApp and join the mentorship program. Registration is just $100. It's on discount, so you can join the mentorship program. Let's learn the market together. All right, so that's it. Wish you guys all the best. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.